Hello, students. So I'm here to go over a little bit what you need to study in chapter 10. Um, Number 1 and number 3 are the irregular verb forms, okay? I see that some of you have still problems with these kind of things. These just need to be memorized, okay? You don't have to transform them when I ask you, say the present of the verb to be. Okay, sum, as, sumus, as, sunt. You just need to memorize irregular verbs. There is really nothing to form. Now, for the verb possum, that means to be able, corresponds to the I am able to do something or I can do something in English, okay, to be able can, is a compound of sum because it is formed basically by the verb to be I am plus the root of the adjective and participle powerful, okay? This root is pot, okay, that gets attached to the forms of the verb sum, okay, and depending on whether the forms of the verb sum starts with an S or with an E, like S in the second person singular, est in the third person singular, or estis in the third person plural, the T, since it's difficult to pronounce, potsum, gets assimilated and becomes a double S, okay? In front of the E, instead, it remains T. Okay, so the present gets to be possum, potes, potest, possumus, potestis, possunt. Okay? The other irregular verb you need to study is the verb volo, okay, to want, whose principal parts are volo, the infinitive is vuelle, and the past tense is volui. But for the moment, you're just studying the present indicative, so I want, you want, she wants. Sorry. And so you just study volo, vis, vult, volumus, vultis, volunt. Okay, just repeat it until you know it by memory. Volo, vis, vult, volumus, vultis, volunt. In number 2, you have the formation of the present passive infinitive. For the moment, you have studied the present active infinitive, like amare, to love, vedere, to see, petere, to seek, audire, to to listen to, okay? These are the active infinitive form, okay? You can also form the passive infinitive, so to be loved, to be seen, to be sought, to be listened to, okay, to be heard. And sorry, as you can see, for the first conjugation, second conjugation, and fourth conjugation, it's pretty easy. You just turn the E, the final E, into an I. So amare becomes amari, videre, videri, audire, audiri. For the third conjugation verbs, so those with the short E, petere, you cut the RE of the infinitive before turning the E into an I. Okay? In this chapter, you also study the conjunction cum. You have studied for the moment the preposition cum. Cum plus ablative, that means with. Okay, so habito cum familia mea, I live with my family. When the cum is not a preposition but a conjunction, so when it is not followed by an ablative, instead it means when and introduces a temporal clause. Okay? You will also see the accusative plus infinitive clause, which is the dependent clause corresponding to this in English. The boys see that the girl is singing, okay, or the boys see that the girl sing, or that the girl does sing, okay. The boys see is the main clause, okay. That the girl is singing is the indirect statement, so you are not saying the girl sings, which is a direct statement, but you see the boys see, or the boys think, or the boys reckon that the girls are singing, okay, so it's a dependent clause. Now, In Latin, instead of having the verb in indicative, you have the verb in infinitive and the subject that goes in accusative because it corresponds to a sentence that in English would sound like the boys see the girl to sing. So the girl becomes a sort of the object of the verb videre rather than the subject of to sing. And the verb goes in infinitive. Okay? Then there is the so-called ablative of manner, cioè the ablative that expresses the way in which something is done. For example, Magna voce clamat, he calls with a big voice, or the slaves work with care, slaves servi laborant cum cura. Okay, Latin sometimes uses a simple ablative, especially when there is an adjective or ablative preceded by cum to express this. Okay, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Let me know if you have any question. Bye.